Hello, I'm Nisha Pandey and you're watching Prime Times News. Let's start with the headlines. The House of Representatives meeting on Sunday to discuss the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana, who is under suspension following impeachment motion against him. Chairman of CPN Maoist Centre Prachanda says that discussion is going on to give the right to vote to Nepalese living abroad. "141 drug dealers and users arrested in Saptari in 1 year. Various banned drugs also seized. Israel says it has arrested 19 members of the Palestinian group Islamic Jihad in raids across the occupied West Bank after carrying out airstrikes against targets in the Gaza Strip. And Nepal international forward Sabitra Bhandari off to India to join her Gokulam Kerala FC. Now news in detail. The House of Representatives meeting on Sunday will discuss the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana, who is under suspension following impeachment motion against him. The agenda of the meeting held by the Federal Parliament Secretariat on Sunday mentions that the impeachment motion against Rana will be discussed. The point number 4 of the agenda of the meeting said that the impeachment motion registered against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana, presented by MP Dev Prakash Gurung on 3rd of March 2022 in accordance with Article 101 Section 2 of the Constitution of Nepal and Rule 161 of the House of Representatives Rules 2075 will be discussed. The Ministry of Health and Population today confirmed the detection of 660 new cases of COVID virus infection, out of which 334 people have tested positive for COVID infection in the antigen test. With this, the total positive COVID count has reached 144,509. Likewise, the Health Ministry has recorded 1 death from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The Ministry on 19th of May 2021 recorded 184 deaths, the highest daily number. As of today, the nationwide death toll from COVID has reached 11,971. Currently, there are 5,641 active cases in Nepal. Meanwhile, 444 patients of COVID-19 have recovered in the past 24 hours. As of today, a total of 972,074 people have recovered from the disease. Chairman of CPN Maoist Centre, Pushback Prachanda, has said that discussion is going on to give the right to vote to Nepalese living abroad. While inaugurating the Nepal Festival 2022 Japan, Chair Dahal said that there is an important discussion about the participation of Nepalese living abroad in voting. He said that the knowledge, skills, experience and capital of Nepalese abroad can be mobilized in the country building, and they are working hard for that. He also informed that Nepali students have been studying in Japan for 120 years, saying that the relationship between Nepal and Japan is old. Former Prime Minister Dahal especially thanked the Japanese government for its support for the educational and economic development of Nepal. Mentioning that Japan is important for Nepal as a donor country, he expressed his belief that it will play an important role in further expansion of Nepal-Japan cooperation. He expressed his belief that his visit will be focused on bringing Nepal-Japan relations to new heights. Dahal recalled his special relationship and friendship with former Japanese Prime Minister Abe, expressing confidence that a strong and stable government will be formed after the upcoming federal and state assembly elections. He said that the campaign for development and prosperity will continue. Dahal left for Japan today during his 5-day visit. Saptari police have arrested 141 people for dealing and using drugs in a period of 1 year. According to the District Police Office, 141 people were arrested with prohibited drugs from various places in the district in the fiscal year 2078 to 2079. Police said that thousands of different drugs were recovered from the arrested persons. During the same period, the police have also seized 240 grams of brown sugar. According to the police, due to the open border between Nepal and India, the lack of parental supervision, young men and women are falling into the trap of drugs. Leader of Nepal Socialist Party Nepal, Dr. Baburam Bhattarai, has said that the party had to be reorganized due to the decline of JSP into a narrow-minded regional party. Addressing the first meeting of the Nepal Socialist Party held in Lalitpur today, Bhattarai said that although he tried to transform the People's Socialist Party Nepal, which had deviated to its old ways, there was an attempt to lead the party to the direction of dissolution, and the party had to be reorganized due to People's Socialist Party's decline into a narrow-minded regional party. He said that although they started a new type of political practice in collaboration with the tribal movements and formed the Nepal Socialist Party and People's Socialist Party Nepal, it did not bring the desired results. He said that transformation campaign will be carried out by struggling from all three fronts: the street, the house, and the government. Bhattarai informed that on view of the election being announced, a meeting will decide whether to go in the elections alone or cooperate with like-minded forces. He said that efforts should be made for an electoral coordination alliance with forces that are as much like-minded as possible. Similarly, he claimed that he will make the new party nationwide and establish the changes that the people want. CPN-UML General Secretary Shankar Pokhrel has said that if the government of the current coalition will continue for one more year, the nation would go to the way of Sri Lanka. In the training program organized by the National Folk Culture Federation in Kathmandu today, Pokhrel said that if the government continues in the current situation, the foreign exchange reserves will reach zero in 1 year and the country will go the way of Sri Lanka. He said that the government has completely failed to control the price increase and making people's lives easier. He said that the development of the country's economy was not possible under the leadership of this government. Now sports news. Nepal international forward Sabitra Bhandari is off to India to join her Gokulam Kerala FC. Bhandari said she was excited to join the club again. Sabitra, who has signed for Gokulam Kerala FC, left for India today. Sabitra has travelled to India to play in the AFC Women's Club Championship from Gokulam Kerala FC. Gokulam is playing in the AFC Women's Club Championship this month. The group stage match in Uzbekistan will be held from 20th to 26th of August. Sabitra became the top scorer in the 4th edition of the league. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Before wrapping up, here are the headlines once again. The House of Representatives meeting on Sunday to discuss the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana, who is under suspension following impeachment motion against him. Chairman of CPN Maoist Centre Prachanda says that discussion is going on to give the right to vote to Nepalese living abroad. (141) drug dealers and users arrested in Saptari in 1 year. Various banned drugs also seized. Israel says it has arrested 19 members of the Palestinian group Islamic Jihad in raids across the occupied West Bank after carrying out airstrikes against targets in the Gaza Strip. And Nepal international forward Sabitra Bhandari off to India to join her Gokulam Kerala FC. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Prime Times News. Good night.